All right, so we all know that there's been a lot of scams in the music business, people taking people's money, people taking people's music and stuff like that. But there's one scam that some of you guys have already fell for, and I want to talk about this one particular scam that has been going on for a very long time. So let's get to it. All right, so since the beginning of recorded music, a lot of people have been like really trying to get into the music industry, and they've been trying to find different ways. They've been trying to find different people or different avenues so far as the internet and everything else to try to get their music heard to the masses, whether it's just like regular songs or if it's like beats or whatever. However, there's one particular scam that I've seen over the years, and a lot of people have fallen victim to this scam. And basically what it is a lot of people prey on people's emotions to try to get them to give them some type of monetary gain. And it's sad how it happens because there are a lot of people who would never recognize this, and some of you guys have already been victims to this already. You have some people out here who know that musicians are hungry. And when you're hungry, you will do things that you would not normally do when you're hungry, okay? And you would do more things when you're desperate, okay? And there's some people who are not just hungry, they're desperate to be seen, they want to be famous, they want their music to be heard. And what happens is you have people that prey on these type of people because they can basically play on your emotions to get you to try to pay up large sums of money for something that is not going to happen, okay? And usually these people are most likely musicians who are not really that good in a sense, or are people that's just like starting out and they really haven't really developed their sound or anything like that yet, but they want to basically skip some steps to get to where they need to go. And I've seen it happen over and over and over again. And a lot of times in certain situations, I can't even really tell the artist anything because it's not really on me to tell them that when they're dealing with certain people. Because when you do try to tell them that, hey, something isn't right, a lot of times they'll go back and tell the people that they're getting scammed from that I'm either hating on them or something like that. So it's kind of like a slippery slope when you're trying to tell people, hey, this whole situation that you're into is not right. And I've seen it happen over and over and over and over and over again from people that actually have some pretty cool positions. Like I've seen people who are like promoters that have done it. I've seen people that work in radio that has done it. A lot of people in radio. I've seen managers, quote unquote managers, do it. I see people running and jumping to anybody who they think is somewhat connected in the industry. And these people know that these people are desperate to get on, and what they'll do is they will play with their emotions. Tell them, oh, your music sounds great. I can do this. Oh, I can take it here. Oh, you have the perfect look. Oh, your sound is just crazy. Nobody's never heard of this sound. Oh, let me do this. Let me do that. They have a ton of people that are doing that. And what it does is when you're telling artists this, and artists or producers or whatever, and you or writers or whoever, and you tell these people this type of stuff and fill their head with that type of stuff, of course, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, I made it. It's cool. What do I need to do? And a lot of times they ask for money. Hey, you send me $1,000 and I'm gonna take care of it for you. Or if you send me $500 or $300, and it might be $200 this week, then $400 this week, then $800 this week, then $1,000 this week, and $100 this week, and they'll build it back up to where you really don't really notice that you're spending thousands of dollars on a broken promise. What broken promise is, because they do it multiple times. And I've been around people who have been basically used and abused like this because their emotions are so wrapped up into, oh yeah, they told me that my music sounds good, and they told me I just got to do this, and they told me I got to do that. And then you kind of like, are you sure that this person can really do it? And they'll look at you like side-eye, like, what do you mean? This person told me I'm great. This person told me I'm talented. This person told me my beats are the best. They just told me I just got to send a little bit of money so they can, get things right. And there's some people that have been pretty much misled for like 3, 4, 5 years. Not like a couple months, but some people for multiple years. And then when you try to tell them or try to give them hints, they'll turn around and look at you like you're the one that's trying to scam them. Like, why are you telling me this? This person, he promised me he was going to do this. Oh, we went to an open mic the other night and he got me in the open mic. But you're like, hold on, anybody could have gotten to open mic. All you got to do is pay $15. But they'll think like, oh, I'm the highlight. He told me I'm the highlight of the night and I'm going to be the last person. So they're performing in front of nobody because these open mics, the last performers, like usually the one where nobody's there because it's pretty much a whole bunch of artists. And when they get done, they leave out. And you'll see these artists being the main act, but you're performing in front of 3 people when there was like 100 people there before, but now it's 3. But they'll get this stuff caught up in their heads like, oh, they told me that I'm special and this, that, whatever. And, some of them have the like strictly platonic relationships and some of them actually have real relationships as well. And people get caught up in that stuff because of their emotions. So I'm here to tell you guys right now, if you guys are out here trying to make it, I'm just going to be honest with you. And I made a video about this. Try to limit the middlemen. Because right now, if you're trying to get your music out there, you're trying to get your beats out there, pretty much all of these different platforms basically weed out the middleman. If you're trying to get your songs or whatever in front of people, you can go right there to Facebook. You can pay for the promotions. You can see how the promotions work, how many people looked at it. You can get analytics. You can get everything right now. That's the new street team. You can do it on IG. You can do it with Google AdSense on YouTube. You can do all this stuff to reach an audience and actually spend less money than what you would do when you're dealing with certain people who are playing off your emotions. You got to be very, careful about people who call themselves consultants. You got to be very careful, especially about people who call themselves street teams, because there's really no street teams anymore because you can do everything on the internet. And you got to be careful with people who can give you a whole bunch of promises that just don't really add up over time. And I know that a lot of you want to make it, and I know you have to take chances. But if something's not right the first time, it's usually not going to be right the second time. Okay? Just being honest with you. So please, all of you people out here, do not get scammed by some of these actors out here, because that's what they are. They are actors and they're playing on your emotions. And that is the biggest scam that I have seen in this music industry. So please stay protected and please don't let your emotions get you scammed.